I have done over $700,000 of sales with my online business, and I'm getting ready to launch a new brand. So I thought it would be a fun YouTube series to bring you behind the scenes, bring you along for the journey. So that's what we're doing. Yesterday, I built over 30 assets for the new brand, starting in the morning, having a very vague idea of what the business was going to be, and ending with a very strategic brand plan, voice, messaging. I even made some Instagram templates, and I want to walk you through that process. It's quick, it's easy, and the best part is we're going to use AI, which is going to save you guys thousands of dollars. I have hired copywriters in the past to do this for me. I've hired graphic designers. I really think it's something you can do yourself if you don't have access to those type of resources, right? So if you're building a business on a budget, I got you. This is the video for you. I'm going to take you step by step through the exact process. So, yesterday I used Claude AI to create all these assets, and I was really happy with how it came out. So, what I did this morning was I sat down and I pulled out exactly what I did and I made it into a step by step process you guys can use so you can get probably better results, honestly, than I did in a lot less time. But let me show you. This will be available for you for free. We'll link it in the little YouTube show notes for you. You can get all of the prompts and the exact process. When we're done with this system, you will have created all these different assets for your business. So we're going to have foundational documents. This is your exact brand strategy, your positioning, all of that in a document. Your brand identity, we're going to have tagline options. We're going to have name options. We're going to have your mission and value statement. We're going to have all this different stuff that is going to be super useful for you as you develop your business. I think because I've been doing this for so long, it was a little overwhelming for me thinking about launching a new brand and having nothing. I have an idea of what it's going to do, but the brand doesn't have a personality. It doesn't have colors. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't have taglines. It didn't have any of that. And so it really reiterated to me how important this stuff is. And I'm going to take you through the process, but you'll end up with all this stuff like a 90-day content calendar, launch messaging, social media caption ideas, testimonial frameworks, email sequence strategy. We're going to pull all of this out. It is going to be a little bit of a time investment, but I always say in the mastermind, businesses require investment. So you've got to either invest time or you got to invest money or you got to invest both. And so my friends out here that are balling on a budget, building the business on a budget, that's how I did it too, right? But that means you have to invest more time if you have limited cash resources to invest. And I think this will be a valuable resource for you guys if you're in that position and you're like, I don't have money to invest, but I can invest some time. This will be a really good use of your time. And the first worksheet we're going to do and the first step we're going to do, you'll be able to use that forever to pull out all kinds of content. And I'm going to show you that right now. So let me walk you through this Notion board I made. This is the Dream to Done brand system. Like I said, this is exactly what I did yesterday. I just put it into step by step for you guys with all the prompts. So we already went through this part, which is all the stuff we can make with this system. Once you guys are ready to start, you're going to come here to step one, brand development worksheet, and you're going to hit this toggle. So on Notion, when you hit these, it drops down text, right? So drop down that toggle. You're going to follow the instructions for this worksheet. Now, this is a pretty in-depth worksheet, and there's two different ways you guys can go with this, right? You can just get it done kind of quickly and half-ass do it. It will still kind of work, honestly. But if you really invest some time really thinking about this stuff, researching this stuff, really writing in-depth questions, like I said, this is going to be a worksheet you can use to create content in your business over and over and over again. So this is not a one and done asset. This worksheet, I'll show you exactly how you can do it, but you'll be able to use it to create emails in the future, to create sales pages in the future, to help you come up with ideas in the future. It's a very valuable asset. And so my point is, if I were you, my advice is to spend a bunch of time doing this. I think it's a good use of your time to invest time into developing a really solid brand. And this is definitely going to help you do that. If I were you too, I would put some of these in my notes app in my phone. And then when you're sitting in your car or you're waiting in line or you're walking around, you can pull out your phone and brainstorm some answers for some of these questions. I have a lot of better ideas I find when I'm like in the world, when I'm like sit at the desk and like think very smart and have very big ideas, that pressure doesn't do well for me. So sometimes when I sit down to do stuff like this, the ideas don't come. Most of these stuff that I ended up adding to mine came to me while I was walking the dog and I was like putting it in my phone. And then when I got back, I added it into my little brand build out I was making. So you're going to go through here and it's a pretty in depth worksheet, right? These are not necessarily easy questions to answer. So I designed all of this to use with the free version of Claude AI for you guys, but go through all of these questions and fill this out. I'm going to come up with a fake business for this video. I'm going to be a coach about boundaries, but I'm going to build my boundary setting business. I'm going to go off camera and fill a bunch of this out so that way I can do the next step with you. So I just went off camera. I dropped down step one. I just copied and pasted this whole thing into a Google Doc. You guys can also just fill it out in Notion if you use Notion, or you can copy it into a Google Doc or wherever you keep your things. I stuck it in here. I did a very half-assed job filling this out because this is a fake business, my boundary builder brand. That's not a real thing. For the sake of this demo, it is a real thing. I'm not ready to tell you guys my real business I'm launching yet, but I'm very excited about it. It's not this. So I did a half-assed job filling this out. And then I asked Claude, based on the answers, can you expand on the answers and completely fill the whole thing out? So Claude filled most of this out for me, but it gave me a good idea to give you guys a good tip. If you have one of these questions where you're like, I have no idea what to put here, ask Claude to suggest things for you, have it help you fill it out. You can ask it questions, you can have it generate ideas. And I think that's a really smart way of using AI. I still think the best ideas come from your brain. So everybody stop for a second. I'm like, hear what I'm saying to you. Let's all think about this. The best ideas for my business come from my brain, not from AI, not from business coaches, not from branding experts, not from my brain. So we're going to work with AI as a team, but the best ideas are still going to come from your brain. We can use the AI to help us generate ideas and to put our ideas together in a really powerful way. So, like I said, I think you should spend time filling this out. It's going to feel like you're doing algebra a little bit. There's a lot of stuff on here. But again, we can use it over and over to create all these assets, which I'm going to show you guys now. So, I have my little fake business. So, now that we have step one done, we have our worksheet done. We're going to go to step two. Okay. This is my favorite part. So you can use this with any AI. I like Claude, but if you like ChatGPT or you like Gemini or you pay for another subscription, that's fine. I put some tips and stuff for you guys on here. But we're going to go to this part. This is my favorite part. The prompt templates for different branding elements. So this is where we're going to start creating all those different assets I was telling you guys about. So we're going to have it create our brand name, right? So there's brand name options. Under here, this is the prompt. And then I have refinements. I'm going to walk you guys through this in a second, but there's tons of these on here. I pulled all the ones I did yesterday. It was very Faith Mariah-y and chaotic and all over the place, but I copied the whole chat, I reorganized it and made it into this worksheet for you guys. So you can make your brand name, your brand story, your brand personality, visual directions, your taglines. This gave me so many good ideas for the business getting the taglines done. It really just started bringing the brand to life because, like I said, I had nothing. I know what the services are going to be and who we're serving. But as far as the brand look and personality, I had no idea. When I got this, it really started becoming clear to me. And maybe that'll be for you, or maybe it'll be something else. But I can guarantee if you do a bunch of these, you're going to get clarity. I have your website homepage messaging, your social media content themes, brand voice guideline. There's all these different ones. And you don't have to do all of them, or you can, but just pick the one that's going to be the most helpful for you and start with that. And then you can grab the other ones as needed. I'm going to do the brand name to show you guys how to do it. So we're going to copy this prompt here, stick it in there. And then we're going to I'm just going to grab this whole worksheet. You don't have to do this, or you can. If you have Claude Pro and you use Claude, you can make a project with your brand worksheet in it. But for the sake of this demo, I wanted to make it all available to the free one. Now, the way Claude works is The longer the messages are, the more credits you're going to use. And especially on the free plan and on the paid plan, you'll run out. So it'll be like after 5 tonight, you can start asking questions again. If you want to not run out as quickly, make the chat shorter by filling these out. But I'm going to go ahead and just paste the whole brand sheet in here. And I'm just going to say, use the brand sheet below to generate relevant answers. And I'm just going to paste my whole worksheet in there. And I'm going to hit enter. And let's see what it pulls out. It's probably not going to be what you want the first time. And maybe it will give you some ideas, and you're, like I said, you're picking and you'll have some better ideas. But if you're looking at these and you're kind of like, meh, vital limits, like, I don't really like this. That's why I have the refinements in there for you guys. And so we're going to go back. After you do this first part, then you're going to use the refinements. So you use the prompt. And then if you need more and you don't like what it spits out, you're going to grab one of these refinements. So let's do this one. I like specific name from your suggestions, but it's not quite right. Can you create 5 variations of this name? Keep the core concepts, but make it more whatever. I'm going to go ahead and paste this in here. Let's use, which one let's do boundary builder, and we'll say I like, and we're going to put the specific name in from your suggestion, but it's not quite right. Sometimes I would put 3 or 4. If I had 3 names I liked or 4 ideas for names, you can put more than one in here, just update the prompt. I like boundary builder from the suggestions, but it's not quite right. Can you create 5 variations of this name that keep the core concepts, but make it more. Let's make, for mine, often I like edgier and punchier, make the name clear and appealing to our ideal client. Let's see how that goes. And sometimes you have to go through this a few times. I probably did this 100 times to get the taglines, but I feel like they're really good. And now I have them and I can use them forever. And I got them for free. I didn't have to pay $10,000 for a branding expert to help me. If you have $10,000, that's awesome, right? But I don't for this new business. It's not generating any cash flow. So the way I like to do it is once the business starts making money, I'll reinvest that money back in the business. If you have not a lot of time and you have a lot of money, you can of course hire a branding expert, but that's not what this video is about. So let's see, boundary bold. I kind of like this. Boundary force, boundary edge, boundary mastery, boundary bold. So then what I'll do is I like boundary bold. Could you come up with 10 variations? Make sure they are clear and appealing to our customers. And I'll just go through this a few different times and keep having it pull things out. Again, you can go back here and I put ideas for refinement questions. Oops, I put the refinement prompts on here, right? So you can use some of these if you want. You can ask it which 3 it likes best, which 3 is best aligned, boundary brave, boundary power, boundary limits, boundary clarity. What I will do is I'll take a few of these. Boundary power. I like the following names. And then let's do the bold boundaries too. Let's have it come up with some longer ones, but they're a little short. Come up with some options that are a little longer and are more clear what the business is. Again, the taglines really help with that, but let's see if it comes up with things. And I will just keep messing with it and messing with it and messing with it and tell it what I like, tell it what I don't like, show it which ones I like. You can even pull out the ones you don't like and be like, hey, I don't like these examples. Don't make them like this. So now we're getting somewhere, right? Boundary power coaching, bold boundaries academy, boundary brave transformation, 5 ideas that are powerful and potent. I like to tell it to make ideas potent. I don't know if it does anything, but I think the stuff I was pulling out was really good. And I think the reason why is because I just kept refining. So you guys can use my refinement prompts, but literally look at what it gives you and give it feedback and keep asking it to make it better. So just think, what could it do to make these answers better? I'm like, oh, it could make it a little longer. Oh, it could make it a little edgier. Oh, it could make it a little more like this. And just keep giving it feedback until it gets what you want. So these are better. Come up with a list of 5 ideas that are powerful and potent. I was going to put something else in this prompt, but I don't remember what it was. So let's just go with that and see. But we're getting there. You see how we're getting there? Oh, I was going to put in good name for a business. See, this is good. Boundary Revolution Academy, the unapologetic boundary method, reclaim and rise boundaries coaching, boundary authority transformation, power boundaries institute. So I think these are much better ideas for businesses. Again, if you're actually going to make this your business name, you would have to go through. So that's how it works. And you do the same process for all of these. So you can do your brand story same way, pull this prompt, give it the parts from the worksheet, fill all this out. You can use these refinements, give it feedback, ask it to do it again. If I were making assets for my brand, I would expect to refine these probably between 10 and 30 times. I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm saying this is stuff I'm going to use for a long time. Social media, there's email stuff, there's customer journey, email marketing. And for each one, I gave you guys prompts and the refinements. So hopefully that will help you guys out. I really think this is just saved me so much time, especially starting from scratch where I was like, I have no idea what to do. And then by the end of the day yesterday, I had a very clear picture of what the brand was going to be, what it feels like, and how it's going to look. So that's it. I hope that this was helpful. To grab the Notion dashboard with all of the prompts and templates and all the things, it's linked down below for you guys. If anything I shared was valuable and you would be willing to leave a comment, to like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, it really does help my channel out and it helps me out. If you guys want me to keep doing behind the scenes, I would love to do that. You guys want to see me building a website, putting together offers, let me know. This is a brand new offer. It's a done for you service that we're going to be launching. So if you would like me and my team to do some things with your content, I'm not ready to tell you guys what it is, but it's a really cool service we're going to be offering and it's very affordable. So make sure you're on my email list to get all the details about the new brand. If you want to see specific things that I'm doing to get ready to plan to launch, let me know in the comments. And I would love to bring you guys behind the scenes of creating this new brand. I thought it would be a fun idea for a series. I've never done a YouTube series. Am I a YouTuber now? My YouTube series, behind the scenes branding with Faith Mariah. Comment, subscribe, all the things, and I'll see you guys soon. I hope this was helpful. Bye, guys.